The changes students have experienced when it comes to school and education over this past year, it's normal for parents to feel or maybe wonder if their kids may have fallen behind. In fact, a new study shows 46% of parents believe distance learning caused their children to fall behind, and 76% of teachers believe so as well. Here to keep you on track is Faith Simon, a Teach for America DFW teacher. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. So before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about Teach for America DFW?
Yes. So Teach for America is an organization that identifies top leaders from around the country and places them in underserved school communities. We know that potential is equally distributed, but sometimes opportunities are not. So at Teach for America, we fight every single day to give our kids the chances that they deserve.
Faith, my heart goes out to all the parents out there because it looks so difficult to do this whole virtual learning thing and then the new modules with half in school and back at home. So in terms of falling behind, I know you have 3 tips to really kind of help parents navigate all of this if they're concerned. Where do we start?
Right. So you're right in that there have been so many changes in schools lately, and parents, understandably so, are probably very frustrated with all of the changes. My very first tip is do not panic, because children are strong and resilient learners. And throughout all of this time, they are learning and growing every single day. So as parents, let's take a deep breath and do not panic, because the children will be okay.
I like that. Nice deep breath. All right, second tip. Honestly, if children are falling behind, how do parents help them out?
Right. So my second tip is to communicate, right? If you see that your child may be falling behind or struggling with a certain topic, reach out to your child's teacher. The teachers are there to help, and the more that they know, the better they can help your children.
All right, the more they know, the more they can help. That is definitely a solid tip there. And you were talking about transparency and communication, but what's the third tip?
Right. So the third tip is to see what other parents are feeling. How are they feeling? Is there a way for you to coordinate maybe a virtual study group or even put together some sort of virtual tutoring opportunities, right? So in times like these, community is everything. Community is going to be the strongest thing that we have. So we want to make sure that we are working together with other families and other students and seeing how we can come through this together.
Faith, what are still some of the issues that you're seeing parents dealing with right now?
So a lot of parents are very confused on how they can help their children. They're confused on they're confused on how to use those certain virtual learning platforms. And again, it's like help with parents with that. I want you to definitely reach out to your child's teachers and let them know what you're struggling with or maybe what you are struggling to help your students with.
And moving forward, how can parents just keep that connection with their teachers if they decide to stay at home and continue virtual learning?
Right. If they choose to continue virtual learning, that's okay. I would say definitely get your teacher's email, your teacher's phone numbers, and see maybe even their teacher's website and try to connect them that way. Just try and stay connected with that all the time.
And Faith, I think a big conversation as well is making sure that children still have that time with their classmates so that they're not losing that whole social aspect. How do you keep that going if they're at home?
Right. So I would say with that social aspect, I would definitely say, see what clubs that your school is still offering. I know at my particular school, we're still doing student council. We're still having various gatherings. We're just doing them on Zoom. So I say staying plugged in with your school community and looking at your school website and seeing what opportunities they have virtually.
That's what I'm talking about. Faith, if someone wants to reach out to you and connect, how can they do so?
Yes, they can find me on Instagram at Simon's Biology.
Perfect. Faith, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and your hair is so beautiful. I'm loving it. Thank you.